Hi everyone, we are back with another war video, and we are going to be doing War 1 of Season 44, and we're going to be going up against the Alliance PYCB. I'm going to be bringing in Quicksilver, Hercules, and White Magneto. I am helping plan this season with PWF and Clown. So originally when I was looking at the map, a lot of these fights that you'll see later on in the minis, I did assume we were going to use a Quicksilver, but I was under the assumption they were going to be PWF and not myself, or else maybe I would have assigned someone else, a different champ to it, but that's beside the point. So we're going to get started here, though, on Path 2, and we're going to be taking on this Doctor Strange. This is going to be a nothing fight, really. Obviously, we can't parry a bunch because of the node, but Quicksilver is going to reverse Doctor Strange's power gain, and so there is basically no danger here. Doctor Strange is going to throw 0 specials, and we're just going to build up to special 2. Originally, I was going to do 2 special 1s and then a special 2 at terminal velocity, but as you can see, that would be completely unnecessary with how much damage we're already doing. But yeah, this fight, no issues here. To keep comboing away. And then we're good at medium, light, medium, special 2. And yeah, plenty of damage, pretty quick fight. So nice warm up for Quicksilver. I unfortunately did not practice with Quicksilver very much this offseason. I recently took Tiger to rank 5, so I was practicing with her quite a bit. And then I was also using Kate in a couple places to try and see how she worked with the global. But with Quicksilver, he's going to be one of the best attackers by quite a big margin, in my opinion, since he applies so many debuffs. He doesn't actually gain buffs, so he's just going to be a really good option. And he also applies a slow after getting up to 300 of his velocity. This next fight is kind of a nothing fight with Herc. I have one other fight that required Hercules, but I probably could have used a couple different champs for those 2 fights, but Herc's pretty fast, and he makes spot pretty easy. We're going to bait out his special 1 here, counter it to remove one of his spots, and we're just going to keep going comboing. This node does nothing for spot, it's just a diversity placement to split the path. But yeah, as you can see, things are going well here. I decided to try and get a bunch of intercepts in like an idiot when he was over a bar of power, so we are going to get punished. Spot's special 1 does almost no damage, so not a big deal there. And then we're going to combo into a special 2 here and end the fight. So, easy fight. Dumb mistake by me is going to cost us a potion. But other than that, nothing fight. This next one, we're going to be going up against Lady Deathstrike here. My concern with this node was if she was going to apply ruptures on me or if her specials applied debuffs. Her special 1 does apply a torment, so my plan was to just push her to special 2, and we're just going to do a bunch of heavy attacks. No reason to kind of risk intercepts or anything like that. This is Hercules' last fight, so we don't need to get more feats of strength or anything like that. Lady Deathstrike also has a pretty small health pool, so Hercules should be doing plenty of damage. So we're just going to parry heavy a bunch at the beginning, kind of like I said. Once she's over a bar of power, we're going to hold her block and reparry, or punish her heavy attack, because again, we don't want her throwing that special 1 and applying a torment, because that would be 3 debuffs. Heavy counter here, and then we're going to bait out the special 1. Or special 2, I'm sorry. And here I thought I would be completely safe, but we do get a rupture at the end there. So I do need to read through her abilities to see why. Now she's unblockable, so we do want to hit an intercept. We're going to hit 1 more. Bait out this special 1, and then punish to end the fight. So still nice and easy fight, but I was not anticipating her going unblockable. This next fight, similar to Doctor Strange, is a very easy Quicksilver fight. We are going to place a bunch of withers. Then we're going to be placing withers with our decks to get over the 5. And then all of Sorcerer Supreme's power gain is going to be reversed. And because of that, this fight has no danger whatsoever. So, do a full combo. She is getting a little bit of power this way. We're going to start to Dex to place a couple extra withers, and as you can see, her power gain is now reversed. So, plan here, very similar to Doctor Strange. One special 1, and then we'll medium, light, medium into our special 2 to place the trauma and trigger the whiplash effect. Here we go. We'll use our relic. Medium, light, medium, special 2, and that ends the fight. So those were the nice warm-up Quicksilver fights, and now we have several mini-bosses and what used to be shared fights. This first one is going to be against Doom. We are going to be immune to some of the effects, which will give him a power gain. But when we are immune to things, we place withers, so we should be reversing said power gain that he gets. The other thing is he's going to be getting a lot of healing. But for Quicksilver, that's not really a big deal since we're going to end the fight with one big special. So we don't really need to worry about that. The fact he's just be healing the whole fight and be at 100% before that special. But as you can see here, he gets his power gain, but it's being reversed. We also gain a bunch of withers every time we dex his special 1 because we're dexing 2 or 3 hits. So yeah, building up here. I do make a mistake here. I should have just went 2 special 1s and no need to throw that heavy. And so here I'm trying to get to terminal velocity, but I keep doing more combos, which I shouldn't have done. I should have just kept evading his attacks till I got to terminal velocity. So here we go, terminal velocity. We parry, and we try medium, light, medium. The reason I did that is because I was worried I was going to get pushed to a special 3. Ideally, I would have done a medium, double light, and then a medium into a special 2, so I would have doubled the whiplash. But yeah, thankfully it was enough damage, but next time I'll play that a little cleaner. Again, I've not been playing Quicksilver enough, but it looks like it's going to be a very heavy Quicksilver season. He's going to be one of the best tactic attackers by quite a large margin. We are now going up against Hulk here on Hazard Shift. Quicksilver is a tactic attacker, obviously, and so once he has 3 or 4 debuffs, he's not going to take any damage over time. And so all of the Hazard Shift debuffs are going to do nothing. And we'll actually be healing from them if I remember correctly. So here we doing a heavy counter his heavy. We were very late though. Thankfully he did not punish us. But here we go. We got the 7 debuffs. We're going to be healing. And the plan is to do 2 special 1s and then a special 2 to double our whiplash. Ideally I do want to push Hulk to a special 2 just because it's much easier to evade. When dueling, I was worried about all these physical vulnerabilities on me, doing a lot, reducing our defensive capabilities and kind of getting punished a lot into block. Thankfully, it didn't seem to increase his damage too much, and like I said earlier, we are healing from the debuffs. So here we are building to our special 2. We're trying to bait out his special 2 right now. There we go. We're going to throw the relic. Oh, maybe not. We're just going to do bait the special 2 out. Oh, and we're trying to get to our terminal velocity now. Now we're there. And then we're going to full combo into our special 2 to double the whiplash, which is going to be 82 whiplash, which is definitely plenty. And that will end the fight. So, really happy with that fight. It went very much according to plan, besides the heavy miss at the beginning. And now we're going to make our way up to Mangog on his typical node. or its typical old node, node 54, which is now node 46. Plan here, get our withers up. It should help reverse his power gain. The 5 withers we get from our combo won't do that, but if we do a couple of dexes to place withers as well, that will start to reverse his power gain. We obviously only want him to throw special ones. We are running an invul, so if he did get pushed over 2 bars of power, I would ideally push him to his special 3. Same strategy as with Hulk though, 2 special ones and then a special 2 to double our damage, or double our whiplash. And we're doing a pretty good job of maintaining the withers, reversing his power gain. The only negative is he does keep going back and forth above a bar of power, which is triggering the node, I think aspect of evolution is what it's called. So he is getting more damage as we do that. Here we go. Again, bring him back below a bar of power, so we're going to keep comboing away. Right now, we're trying to build to our special 2 while building up to our terminal velocity at the same time. So now we're at terminal velocity. We get a full combo here. One more full combo. Double our whiplash, taking us up to 66. And this is going to be plenty to finish the fight. So really happy with that fight as well. Went right according to plan. And this next one is going to be against Ma here. This is a good matchup in my opinion, but I do a pretty bad job of playing it. For a couple reasons, as you'll see. But I would 100% send Quicksilver to this matchup again. Hopefully someone else using Quicksilver. But yeah, this fight is pretty easy. We do want to keep our withers up because that will reverse the power gain from Conflictor. We do want to make sure that we get to 300 speed, or whatever the hell the thing's called, because that will prevent us from missing. And then we can kind of ignore his focus, as the falters will not cause us to miss. Here, I do end up throwing a lot of heavies to knock him down. I don't think that was the right choice because it kind of screwed up the speed at which I gain power. We could throw a special one here. We now have the slope. We can't miss. And I should be trying to build to a special 2 while getting close to terminal velocity. Again, I keep knocking him down for no reason. If I was to redo that fight, I would not knock him down as often. But yeah, as you can see, Conflictor triggering doesn't really gain him any power. So we just want to keep baiting out his special ones. As you saw at the beginning also, the degen from Mangog is damage over time, so he doesn't get... we don't take any damage from it. But as you can see here, I'm trying to race to my special 2. It is not going according to plan. I'm also late there with the relic, and so we're going to lose our terminal velocity. I'm going to try and punish here while faltered. Again, damage over time was ignored. And so here again, the falter is coming. So I'm trying to kind of avoid it. I'm trying to get to 300 terminal velocity. We get a knockdown here. And then I try and go medium into a special 2. And I push myself to the special 3 on accident. So yeah, at this point I'm like a little bit worried about fight time. Not that I thought it was a good timeout, but I am just wasting a bunch of time on this fight. It should have been done in a minute and a half. And now we're well over 2 minutes. The whiplash there does a good chunk of damage, but it doesn't kill him. We are in terminal velocity now, so we're going to do a combo here. We have a good amount of debuff, so I'm going to medium, light, medium into my special 1, and that's going to end the fight. So we only lost 10% health. It was a very safe fight, but yeah, just several mistakes by me that kind of slowed it down. This next fight is going to be Mysterio. Again, I was the one who suggested Quicksilver versus Mysterio here, but I thought it was going to be PWF taking it, not me. I don't know if it was the best matchup choice. I want to look at other options. It wasn't awful, but yeah, I want to evaluate it again. So the reason I suggested Quicksilver here is for a couple reasons. One of them being when Mysterio throws his special 2, we will be able to hit him as long as we have over 300 momentum, which we do. So now when he throws his special 2s, we can still combo him and we don't have to worry about missing. The other reason is that Quicksilver doesn't have any damage over time effects, so when Mysterio throws a special 1, we don't have to worry about that damage being reflected. Now, the only time that's not the case is if for some reason we did our Whiplash explosion and it happened to trigger right after, or he throws a special 1 right after we trigger it, and then we eat that damage, which would be a disaster. So I only want to trigger the Whiplash when he's well below 1 bar of power, or if he's over 2 bars of power. Here we're trying to bait out a special 2. You can see I'm trying to get to terminal velocity, as I want to double the Whiplash. So we get terminal velocity, we dex into our special 2, get to 38. Still trying to get the special 2 out. We did have an invul, so we could have probably tanked a special 3. I can't remember exactly what Mysterio special 3 does, to be honest, though. So we got a bunch of Whiplash here. So we're in a safe spot where we can explode it. We're going to do that here. Again, well below a bar power. Boom. Take off a big chunk of damage. So really happy with that. I was very concerned about fight time up until I did that explosion. But after that, I'm like, okay, we're definitely on the slow side, but we should have plenty of time to get him down. Ideally, you do want to do the big special 2 double, but because of the power drain from Mysterio's special 1, it can get a little tricky. There you're seeing I did not punish because I'm not over 300 momentum. So we would have been missing the whole time. Here I'm going to try and get a heavy off, which we do. I wanted to get the heavy just to speed up how much Whiplash gain we're getting. Again, I want to make sure we're over 300 momentum. So here we go. We're over 300 there. Quicksilver's little weird combo. The way his combos work threw me off a little bit, so I threw the special 1 into his block on accident. Here we're waiting out the damage reflection again, kind of in our corner. We combo out. Now ideally here I'm just trying to bait out his special 2 as I wanted to give myself a chance to double the Whiplash. Looking back, I think I should just let the Whiplash explode when it makes sense. No reason to try and go for a big fancy one. Just playing it safe is way more important. I eat a heavy there. But again, we have a lot of Whiplash up and the withers, so we're not taking any damage from that poison. Here, I'm getting very close to getting to my special 2. We do full combo here into the special 2. Pushes him over 2 bars of power, so we don't have to worry about the damage reflection. And we do double our Whiplash to 60, and that is going to be plenty of damage to end the fight. So, not the best fight ever. Not the worst. Again, I would consider changing who we send there. But we got the solo, which was the important part. Unfortunately, we are looking like we're going to lose this war. Dropped a couple bad deaths to poor play. And then a couple of deaths were to possibly planning errors as well. So we're going to have to pick ourselves up from this one and try and get another win on the next one. Thank you for watching.